I Don't Want to Rock and Roll No More. I remember sitting in a train and writing that song, and I've all my life I'm trying to update my feelings about what I do, really. There's generally a song on every album about how I think, what I think about it. Like the song on the second album was The People's Drug, I remember. And it's about, you know, it's not 100% me, but it's a character version of me, and it's somebody who's going, you know, I'm just sick of it. I don't want to buy merchandise. I don't want to, and then it turns out in the song that it's all because rock and roll reminds me of you. Like the excuse for this is either that is, you know, a broken relationship perhaps, and so he doesn't want to, you know, go down to the clubs, but then he sees the benefits in not being part of that. You know, we used to know the name of every band who came through town. We'd surround ourselves in, drown ourselves in sound. But now those days are over. You've gone underground and I'm not going downtown. And he, you know, it's someone he misses, and he's using that as his reason for going, I don't need any of this, while also trying to optimistically see the fringe benefits. Of course, if you're gonna sing I Don't Want to Rock and Roll No More or Anymore, yes, one of the titles for the songs we made up was I neither want to rock nor roll at any point now or in the future. But I shortened it to I Don't Want to Rock and Roll No More. And what was really fun about it was if you've ever listened to the music of Randy Newman, you'll know that if you write a song called I Don't Want to Rock and Roll Anymore, that has to be a pretty storming rock and roll song. You know, that's the context of it. And at the end, it needed a long guitar solo, and it needed Gary to be chugling the boogie in a kind of, you know, canned heat kind of way at the end of it. And but I wanted the song itself to be very orderly, so it's and I wanted to have these kind of Steely Dan moves where it was going so everyone was doing them completely together, so it sounded very neat, and then it would cut loose. And it was a real pleasure to record that one, and I think it probably, of all the songs on the album, it probably took, you know, the most amount of time, because it really needed a very regimented feel with the Jayhawk's lovely harmonies on it. But then at the end, when it cuts loose over that A G part, and it's just got a long fade out because he was playing the guitar so great. And it was his first take, and he just stopped when the song stopped. It was a very quick overdub. I always love a big, fully blown out bridge, and that's got a nice one of those as well, with some really great keyboards and stuff on it. It was a total pleasure to record that track. I'm hanging up my leather jacket. I'm 51 years old. I'm allowed to say things like that, you know. And, you know, because Paul Simon gives an interview now and he talks about retiring. You know, that's big news, that top generation, the top oldest generation, not the rock and roll people, but the people from folk rock and those people, you know, they're up there now and they're making that a serious avenue of discussion. Like, shouldn't I just retire? This might be my last ever album, because it might be. And with me, you know, that's the same thing. It's not will I retire though, it's how do I feel about doing this? And so that was just my way of exploring that.